Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, guys, happy holidays. Today is Christmas Day. Finally have my freaking internet restored. Anywho, welcome, you guys. Welcome. I'm going to be doing a reading for pretty much everybody, right? For everyone. If you've been kind of seeking some guidance for something you've been going through this year, maybe we can kind of get you some answers. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, wait, what? What did I do? Hold on. Okay. I just need to show this and this Christmas reading for all. So I hope that everyone is having an amazing day thus far. I hope you're dealing with whatever you need to deal with today. For those who have to go to relatives' houses and maybe it's tough, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. Don't let yourself get sucked into any type of drama. For those who are not going anywhere, and this is a rough time of year for you, I hope that you understand and that you accept you're not as alone as you feel during this time of year. I hope you know that. It's just a Sunday. So I greet people for Christmas Eve, happy Saturday. And I greet people on Christmas Day, happy Sunday. You guys, I want to show you something. I got something amazing from someone. I got to show you. You guys are not ready for this. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so she's like, put me back down. I'm trying to sleep. So she happens to fit. She's okay. She fits inside the pocket. And so she's been there all morning. She's been inside there all morning. Just, living her best life. No sounds, no movement, nothing. Yeah. That's why I feel so giddy, because she's happy. I'm happy. You happy? I'm happy. She's like a little kangaroo. You're right. You're very right. She has me sweating at this point. She totally has me sweating. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. All right, guys. Let's see how we are going to end this year. Let's see what's going to happen for all of us and what amazing things are in store, right? Yeah, no, she's living her best life right now. Absolutely no movement. None. Use her as a little table to shuffle. Zero cares in the world for this girl. She has zero cares in the world right now. All right. We're almost there. So I'm going to use this deck to kind of give us an idea of what's coming forward for us as we begin the new year. And all of these will be used to help us understand what the heck's happened thus far. All right, here goes. Here goes. Mr. E, I saw your video. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing okay. All right. Okay. So Here goes. Here goes. Okay, so respect and passion in reverse. So there's been a desire to kind of gain a little bit more respect, right? Maybe in your environment, you don't feel as valued as you know you deserve. Maybe you've been in a cycle of wanting and needing to prove yourself, and it's being fueled by an upside down passion. And so part of what needs to happen at this point is you need to correct the way you're seeing things. It's not that you're wrong, it's that you're seeing things in a very distorted manner. Okay. And that's what's causing a lot of your struggle, or has been causing a lot of your struggle. That's what's been really, really, I hear the phrase eating away. It's been eating away at you, right? And you've been kind of feeling like, oh, you need to go through some type of rebirth, because the person that you are right now is probably not enough. And that's not the case. That's not the case. What's happening is the distorted ways in which you're seeing yourself is causing you to expend more of your energy in trying to maintain this external show, like a facade, a mask, some type of character that you feel obligated to play. And instead of using that energy that would be better used for you to grow yourself, for you to really build your dreams and tap into higher levels of potentiality, you've been using it to remain stagnant. And so that needs to be shifted. That's what needs to be shifted. And it's not that we're going to suddenly start like trying to utilize manifestation, the concept of manifestation, to bring things to your life that are nothing but material things to prove to other people that you're worth it. Mm-mm. Um, Manifestation works more efficiently if you open yourself to receiving the ways, the situations, the connections that have the capacity to get you to the next part of your journey. Does that make sense? Um, like having a general idea of where you want to go, what you want to be, how you want to be, and not making it so set in stone exactly how this is supposed to play out, right? Like it usually doesn't play out the way you think it's going to play out. So really just opening yourself to the different potentials that are needing to occur. So dedication in reverse. What if part of what you've been struggling with is that you've been very much dedicated to the cycles of struggle that you've experienced for much of your life? What if that's what's been going on? Right? So you need to let go of whatever this dedication is that's kept you in the same space. You're being opened up to be catapulted so far forward that you don't even know what your actual trajectory is. I don't think any of us actually know where we are headed. I think for a few of us, we have an idea of the different, excuse me, of the different potentials. We have some idea of how far we're supposed to go in whatever field we're in. But I think for most of us, we have no idea. We have an assumption of what we're supposed to do and who we're supposed to become, but no actual idea if that's what you're supposed to do. Right. And that's normal. That's very, very common. I think what needs to happen is you need to allow your soul to initiate the clearance, right? Initiation clearance. You need to allow your soul to initiate the clearing out, the getting rid of the things that are not necessary. Hi, Norma. And some of the things that are not necessary in your life, it might feel very devastating to know that that's like kind of going away, right? It might feel like maybe it's a period or a stage or a phase that you are in for quite some time. And that's kind of, that's what you know. That's what you know, that you're a comfortable space, even though it hurts so much. but it's being cleared out. And so you don't really know where you're headed. You don't know if you did the right thing, if you should have done something else. Maybe a lot of kind of that blame game of like blaming yourself. I should have did this. I should have done that. I should have. No, everything happened the way it was intended to happen. Everything happened the way it was intended to happen. It needed to happen that way in order to load the greatest potentiation. Okay. That sounds very like detached from emotion, detached from the experience, almost cold and sterile in the way I'm observing things. But here's what I've learned and what has caused me to become so much more efficient as I go through the lessons of my life. There are times where the emotions are there to guide you, to lead you, to set you on fire, to clear away the distortions, to serve as the fuel for your rise. And there are other times where emotion has no place um, in your space as you're trying to understand something, because that emotion will begin to distort, to warp a lot of the things that you're trying to view from a neutral perspective. A lot of things are very difficult to view from a neutral perspective. But if you can develop this skill enough so that you can begin viewing things, situations from a neutral perspective, even for short bursts, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what ends up happening is a lot of the intrusive thoughts, a lot of the thought inception, it becomes negated. So then you don't have to deal with that as much. So there's a clearance that's being initiated by your soul, and that clearance is definitely something, um I feel like for quite a few it's a painful type of clearance. It's something that is um very much challenging your perception of who you are, how you are, and what you've accomplished in life. Listen, for quite a few of us, we're going to be accomplishing major things in this lifetime. You're not late. Okay? You're not late. You haven't messed up. I'm talking to myself as well. You're not late. You're exactly where you need to be so that you can develop the level of maturity and understanding that is required to properly fulfill whatever role you were created to fulfill. Okay? That's a very hard thing to come to terms with, but it's something we all have to. Autumn and magic. So everything is being loaded up so that come autumn, really magical things will begin to happen. Whatever these magical things are, you still have to do the work during this period. Okay. You have to do the work during this period. So that way you can go ahead and begin, preparing the stage for next year, coming up all the way through to next autumn. Okay. Um, let's see what these cards say. Okay. You'll never see your clear reflection if you don't sit still, right? You'll never really be able to truly see what it is you're needing to see because of all the distortions that occur if you keep moving around. If you keep throwing rocks in your own water, you'll disturb the surface. So for some of us, we've convinced ourselves that we've been living a very shallow existence. We need to be deeper, that we need to, consistently allow our surface to be disrupted, and all of these different things that we kind of have gaslit ourselves into believing because I don't know, someone spiritual did something spiritual that appeared spiritual that you thought was spiritual, but you don't really know if it's spiritual, right? I do that too, don't worry. So we need to let all of that go. Just massive dump it out, dump it all out, dump out your entire basket, empty it all out completely. Okay. This loss of hope, you're being prepared for something amazing. And you're probably going to be like, what? How can you say that when I'm losing hope? Well, hope is for the child. Really allow your mind to wrap around that. Hope is for the child. You're entering into the adulthood of your soul. Hope is what children feel because they feel so disempowered, unheard, not seen. Um, and so they hope that someone will help them, someone will save them from whatever it is. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need someone outside of yourself to do that anymore. You're being very lovingly shoved into a space where you're going to begin doing this for yourself. So your hope is now being converted into gnosis, gnosis being the archaic form of knowledge. When you apply the knowledge, you then gain the wisdom, right? You're going from hope and faith, a very childlike state. It's not bad to be childlike. Children are powerful. But when you remain in a childlike state all the way through your adulthood, you are not tapping into the potentiality that is rightfully yours. So, no more hope. We don't need hope. We need gnosis, knowing that we've gotten through everything in our lives thus far. We will continue to do that because that's what life has shown us. That's what life has proven to us, that we will continue to get back up. We will continue to get through every day. But that doesn't mean that every day is going to be nothing but a monotonous continuation of suffering. That's a choice. That is a choice. So we're going to need to start making different choices, choosing different options, selecting different paths to travel, okay? In order to figure out what you need to do, you have to be still, because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to see clearly. The surface of your waters is where your soul projects the guidance. The body is said to be made up of 70% water, 80% water, something like that. And you're primarily fluid. So, what am I saying? Every single one of your cells has a membrane that holds specific amounts of water within the cell. Your entire reflection is your guidance. Where are you hurting right now? Where are your thoughts? You can feel it in your body, on your skin. Start listening to what your body is telling you. Start listening. You have to listen to the guidance you're being given. It's not guidance outside of you. This is guidance inside of you. For example, because I'm the queen of oversharing. Oh my gosh. So I was using this product and it affected my hormones severely. And I knew it affected my hormones severely because I quickly gained 30, 40 pounds without my diet changing. I began to have all of my muscle tone just completely disappear. My mood, my face, everything, the shape of my face, the condition of my skin, the condition of my hair, what the hell's going on with my body? And then I began to obsess oh my gosh, I think something's wrong with my cervix, right? So having had a history of something wrong with my cervix, I'm like, uh-oh. No. And so what am I going to do? Just ignore it? I did for a few months. Am I going to go and see the doctor and then just cry about what I think they're going to find? Or am I going to do something? I'm going to listen to my body. So what did I do? I went on an aggressive plan to correct what was happening. And that was initiated by something that my son sent me, a video that my son sent me showing the very product that I was using, because I thought it was all natural, because that's how they marketed it, all natural and organic. Because once I switched to that, that's what really, it initiated menopause. I was like, what's going on? What the hell is going on? This is not natural. That's what it did. It initiated menopause in my body. And so I had to correct all of that. I had to reverse it. First and foremost, remove what's toxic in your life. Your body's telling you what's toxic. If it's an individual, your body tells you whenever they're around, you tense up, you feel stressed, You can't be yourself. Your breathing changes, your heart rate changes, everything changes. You have mental fog, you have lethargy, all of these different signs. You start thinking you're depressed, you have anxiety, you start thinking you have some type of anxiety disorder and all. Yeah, stop. You've already been given all the messages. Now start receiving it, actually receiving it and interpreting it. So once I identify the cause of my issues, what my body was telling me, I immediately removed that. As soon as I removed that, I began looking for ways to correct what was done. First thing I had to do, what was the first thing I had to do? Well, I had to go ahead and order out of pocket a complete blood count and everything. I had to read all of my tests on my own. I ordered all of that. And then I figured out which hormones needed to be corrected. And then I did exhaustive research on which hormones will support my thyroid, as well as the hormone imbalance that was created. What on earth is in that product to trigger menopause? Titanium dioxide. It's a known carcinogen. Titanium dioxide. It's in quite a bit of your makeup and everything. So topically on the skin, it has a tendency to not do too much, right? I believe titanium dioxide is banned in other countries. Internally, it does a lot. It does a lot. Quite a few women had reported that they went completely sterile. They're no longer able to have children, and now every 6 months they have to get checked to see if they've developed cancer. So, yeah. And it's marketed as organic. It's marketed as organic. So, so I did all of that, and you can tell in my face and everything that my body is changing. It's reverting back to its original state, you know? So, had I not listened to my body and not taken in the information that was necessary, interpreted it in the way that was necessary, then I probably would still be going through a lot of the issues that I was going through. It's been months that I've been trying to correct this. And it's just something I'm going to have to stick with it. There's this formula that people have. I've heard this formula where however long it took for you to get to that level of sickness, it's going to take you 2 to 3 times that length to reverse it, you know? Yeah, no, a lot of people have written the company a hot email. They still market their products. I'm gonna stay out of it because I'm here for other things. I'm not an activist. I'm passionate about the things I'm passionate about, but I'm not an activist because I haven't seen activists really make any types of changes in this world. And just being honest. I've heard a lot of back and forth, but I haven't seen the changes that are necessary for me to choose to be part of a group and really put myself out there like that. I struggle through perfectionism, and so if I can't guarantee that I'm going to win in every single possible way, I won't even attempt it. So if you see me become an activist, it's because I'm here to take the whole fucking system down. Anywho, so your whole body is reflecting back to you the information that you need. Every cell contains the waters, right? And on the surface of the cell is the membrane, and the membrane is projecting out onto you, letting you know exactly what it is that needs to be done. If you can bust through that membrane, you'll enter into a space of strength, right? Strength. Mother Earth, this is something that's happening across the globe. This is something we're all kind of experiencing. We're all in this space of these upside down emotions, forcing ourselves to be grateful for, I don't know what, and then experiencing levels of low self-worth, upside down self-worth that continues to affect our compassion for ourselves, which then continues to affect our ability to communicate which then causes us to need to move forward from that. Okay. We need to remain as level as possible through this period. Whatever it is you're going through, try your best to remain as level as you possibly can be, as neutral as you can be as you observe the things that you're observing. And some of these things might be very upsetting. I get it. I really, truly do. There's a lot of things I've seen in the world. A lot of things I've seen in my personal life that have been very upsetting. And you got to just let yourself feel that for a moment and then let that feeling go. So, I'd like everyone to please breathe very deep and very slow. My energy will always honor your sovereignty without permission from your highest self. This clearing will not affect you in any way, shape, or form. Breathe. Okay. So, carrying on. So, let's see. That's good stuff. To the person who thought you were going to come on my live stream on Christmas Day and harm me, you're going to learn. So, here we go. Natural endings, but it's in reverse. Things will not naturally just end. You're going to need to put the effort and the energy into making it end. In 2023, you will see a whole nother side of Emmy come out. Because if you're done playing small, you'll begin acting and living like it. Right? And I invite you to join me on the other side of fear. I invite you to find the courage to cross that threshold of fear, right? I'm not afraid. I haven't been in a long time. I haven't been in a long time. But I have been allowing myself to continue to play small and continue to play relatable. And I still am relatable, even when I'm my most authentic self. And that's what we all need to kind of learn and accept. You are still relatable, even when you are your most authentic self. I have a very painful understanding and acceptance that I am unlike most people you will come across. And because I am publicly visible, that means I need to allow more of that to shine through so that the very few who are like me will understand that it's time for them to shine as well. And even if you're not like me, you still have a very special place within this co-created reality that we live in. You still have a purpose and a power that you need to tap into. Because I promise you, I'm not here in a savior capacity. There is nothing you need to be saved from. There is a life that is waiting to be lived to its fullest in a way that others who have waited for so long are able to witness you just being you. There is nothing in this world that will stop me from whatever it is I'm here to accomplish. I still don't fully understand what it is, nor do I need to understand. I simply need to live knowing that everything I live through will take me to an even closer understanding of what I have yet to live through. And whatever all of that is, it fits into some grand design, this beautiful divinity, this divine plan that will benefit us all. We don't need to be redirected. We don't. You're on the path that you need to be on, and your path, your natural path, is actually a wilderness. People think the path that you're supposed to be on is some paved path or some well-worn path, and it's not. It's not. It's not. If you are on a well-worn path, that means you have been going in circles, round and round and round, your feet kissing the earth at the same place every single time, and then you wonder why your life is not progressing. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to progress? When was the last time? When was the last time you allowed yourself to do something different? Because if you're doing the same thing expecting a different outcome, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work. See, here's the thing. I know a lot of us have this habit of doing the same thing over and over and over. And for a certain period, that's understandable because you're developing the strength and the confidence, right? We'll make the analogy of going to the gym. I do the same repetitive movements every single time I go to the gym. Why do I do those movements? To strengthen specific bundles of muscles, right? I'm going there with a very, very, very specific plan of a very specific purpose. So there are certain sets of muscles that I work on certain days by using certain movements. And I typically use the same amount of weight. Sometimes I will do more, sometimes I will do less. And some people might be like, oh my God, didn't you just say that's a definition of insanity? Yes. If you continue to do that perpetually without knowing why you're doing it. Yes. But see, here's the thing. I know why I'm doing it. I know what it is I'm trying to strengthen. So going from someone who was supposed to have 2 of my discs, I have degenerated disc disease in my low back. They were supposed to be fused and I refused to fuse them. I was like, no, I'm good. I was supposed to have double total knee replacements when I was 26, refused that as well. My back, they were supposed to be fused when I was in my late 20s as well. I'm in my mid 40s. I could deadlift like a motherfucker. I'm telling you. I know exactly what I'm doing and why. And it's not just to move static weight. How did I know that I was doing what I needed to do? First and foremost, you know that 30, 40 pounds I gained because of the hormone imbalance, because my body was being poisoned. I dropped that, but I didn't drop weight because I gained that in muscle. I'm saying, I'm popping. I'm joking. I'm just totally flirting with the air. Stop. I'm joking. I'm joking. I do this to my husband all day. Okay, now you know what it feels like. But I know that I've been doing the right thing because guess what? My teen, who I think he was like 160 something pounds, I could deadlift him and hold him. Yep. Easy peasy. I don't have back problems now, nor do I have knee problems. But I do develop injuries if I don't listen to my body and push myself too far. So we can't exist in a space where we don't push ourselves enough, but we push ourselves too far. No, you have to find that middle ground where you can listen to your body and know when something needs to be pushed and when you need to slow down. You need to begin exiting out of this space of lack of self acceptance and really just love yourself where you are. Really just love yourself where you are. I haven't worked out in 2 weeks. I still love myself. Usually I'd be like, oh my God, I'm a lazy ass. No, no, snow, busy schedule, needing to make sure I don't stress my body so that I don't get sick. It's all good. It's all good. Next week, though. Next week, I'll punish my own ass, is what it is. Next week. So this week, I'm doing everything I need to do in order to prepare for next week, which is what? I'm loading up tons of glycogen and glucogen. Glycogen. I'm loading up my muscles because we're going to be lifting heavy next week. Or we're going to come in hot and lift heavy, lift hard. We're going to burn up all of this excess unused energy before it starts to injure my body. And that's the thing. You have to listen to yourself. During this time, you have to dispel that darkness. You have to let go of these things that keep trying to convince you that you have another way to justify the punishment of self. There's nothing you need to be punished for. Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't know me. I don't need to know you. No one needs to be punished. You see, here's the thing. The people who probably would be benefiting from being punished a little bit, they're not thinking about needing to be punished. They're thinking about the other ways they can get over on you. Right? And if you consistently worry about, are you being a good person? Are you being about, I promise you, there's nothing you've done in your life that really is worth punishing. You might have been rude or whatever at some point. Who cares? We all go through our moods, and it's not a reason to punish yourself. That's not a justification for it. Like, that's my logic with humans in general. If you are someone who worries about this or that, about your character, about how people receive you, and and I'm not talking about that narcissistic, like you want everyone to see you as like this glorified whatever. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you as a person. Like, you're worried that you're being mean. You're worried that you're not being supportive enough. You're worried that you're not being nurturing enough, and all of these, really loving qualities. You're not a bad person. You're just not. You're not a bad person. So stop. Stop. That's part of why you've been suffering this whole time. Okay. Galactic assistance is coming to help us awaken. There was the 1221 galactic portal, and that was what's being used. There's a recalibration that was occurring. The 3 pillars, the founder pillars, were being focused kind of like a laser. It's three dots, and it's helping you to kind of wake up specific coding. It's up to you if you're going to accept it or not, but there's an awakening that's happening, and it's global. It's global. It's across the globe. Whatever you believe, it's okay. It's okay. Trust me. It's okay. It doesn't matter if you are into any of the things that I'm into or not. Like, this is a global thing. We're all being ushered forward. We've reached that point of critical mass, and it's kind of just time for us to get to that next part. All right. We got someone to report on Facebook. Give me 1 second. I've gotten real good at this, just so you know. I figured out how to do it on Facebook where they no longer deny my report. Let me just find it real quick. Hold on. Here. All right. If you guys are on Facebook, please report this person who is attempting to solicit people. I will leave the comment up for a few minutes so that everyone on Facebook can go ahead and start reporting that. No one wants your message. Okay. If you have to solicit people, you probably suck as a reader. I'm just saying. You probably suck as a reader. You probably suck. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and ban you because you probably were. There. I just went ahead and banned you. Y'all, if you got to solicit people as a reader, you suck as a reader. I say that with no shame, no hesitation. You suck at it as a reader. Like, find a different line of work. For real. Because you probably don't have integrity and you're probably going to start harassing the people who actually do contact you and start threatening them with curses and all kind of BS. And then they find me. And you know what happens? You know what happens? Nothing. Because you suck. I help them understand that you just suck. All right, let's plan for 2023. Let's see what's going to happen in 2023. Let's see what we need to plan for. Oh, I'm just so hot. Oh, I only have a tank top on. I don't want to. Joy, you're too hot. You need to get out. Y'all, she is just snoring. She don't even care. She don't even care. Joy, we've been attacked by demons. No movement. You're supposed to be my protector, Joy. No movement. You guys, I don't even know if she's alive. Food? You want to eat? Oh, she's alive. She went back to sleep. She went back to sleep. She heard the F word. She was like, what did you say? And then she went back to sleep. Whatever, Joy. Whatever. All right. So, and then I'm told 3 more. 2, 3. Okay. So this is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 10, 11, 12. Okay. All 12 months. For all of you who are coming in late, you missed it. I got this lovely thing for Christmas. And it happens to have a pocket. She don't give a shit. She doesn't care. She doesn't care if the world is ending. Just leave her alone. Okay. So 12 months. So January, let's see. All right. It's super warm and fuzzy. Okay. Here goes. 8 of Cups, discontinuance of effort, disappointment, abandonment of previous plans, shyness, modesty, abandoned success. Okay. So for January, it's this thing of like trying to change things. And then you're like going to stomp away. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't do that. January, you're going to need to double down on whatever it is that you're needing to put the effort into. It's almost like this sense that this is your soul and then this is you. And there's all these cups, like your higher self is about to pour things into the cups, but I don't know. Maybe you don't like whiskey. I don't know. It's a frustration, a walking away. If you're going to discontinue your effort, you need to make sure that whatever you discontinue is going to be something that will really serve you. Okay? Like whatever you discontinue, it's going to be some type of maybe behavior or mindset that's kept you very, trapped in certain cycles. That's what should be discontinued, not the things that take you to the higher places of acceptance. For those of you who are sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel heat. Okay. Oh, the heat is Archai. My twin ray. His sword's on fire. He's hunting. That's none of my business. I mean, it is my business because he's doing it on my behalf, but no. I'm not going to discontinue my reading. I'm going to push forward. So, full permission, my dear. Full permission. Okay, here. The Magician in reverse. So this is February, right? Weakness of will, ineptitude, insecurity, delay, the use of one's skills for destructive ends. I know you're not going to continue January into February. I'm going to just take a moment to look at some kitty memes because I know you're not. I know you're not. I know you're not going to continue the BS from January into February. So let me just look at some kitty memes for a second. Oh, this is a good one. I don't know why there's feet involved, but it says when your inner world comes into order, your outer world will come into order from the I Ching. Yeah, right? Right. Okay. So get yourself situated. Oh, this one's a good one too. Hold on. If it's your calling, it will keep calling you. That doesn't apply to people. That doesn't. So, the Magician in reverse, weakness of will, ineptitude, insecurity, delay, the use of one's skills for destructive ends. Is that you, though? I don't know. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. No, we won't use this deck. We will use this deck. All right. Okay, cards. Tell me, is this us doing this in February? I hope not. Let's see. Okay, lack of movement. Obedience. Are you letting someone boss you around? Someone gaslighting you? Because next card is don't forget. Then your strength's in reverse. High Priestess of Spirit in reverse. So there's someone in your environment. It's probably still in your environment. You're probably still dealing with them already, dealing with them, and you will continue to deal with them all the way through to February. Let's see. Is there anything that we can do in January? Choices, belonging. It's because you're trying to belong. Okay. That's what it is. So you have choices to make in January, right? If you don't make those choices in January, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to be tricked into compliance because you want to belong to something. Hi, Nancy. You don't need to belong to anything. You don't need to. I'm saying if you can get yourself kind of situated in such a way where you're really, really just kind of taking care of your perception of yourself and allowing yourself to like really move forward, what's going to happen is you're going to enter into a space of high priestess of air. And this will give you the ability to transcend this upside down magician. Okay. This upside down magician needs to stop. You need to not let them, you need to not listen to them. Don't give them any space within yourself. Girl, if you're going to start growling at things, hold on. She needs to get out of this pocket because I'm sweating. The backs of my knees are sweating. Joy, get out of my pocket. Joy, please, girl. Please. Please. No, don't cry. Just get out. It's like birthing her from the canal. I love you. She's on high alert. You're so warm. Get out of here. She's so warm. I she's whoo, it's hot. Whoo, good God. I can't. I'm gonna pass out if I stay in this. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm hot AF. Whew. Okay. Whew. So now you know you have to avoid all of that. Stop it. She's too much. All right. Ooh. There's going to be a lot of. Okay. I'm thinking we're hearing all of this so that way we could totally do what's needed to avoid it, right? So let's see. We're now in March. We're in March. Hey. Okay. Narrow-mindedness, maliciousness, deceitfulness, vengefulness, a treacherous enemy, an ill-tempered person. So there's Queen of Swords stuff going on in March that we're going to need to do our best to circumvent. I'm just about to give you guys the full hack for the whole year. I'm saying. All right. So this Queen of Hearts in reverse is going to be stemming from some upside down lust. Someone wants something, wants you, wants something you have, just this lusting type energy, right? It's going to create chaos. But if you listen, you have to listen to your soul. You'll go from wishing for something and instead begin actually developing it. You'll begin using your energy to really, really, really build the type of situations that you want. So I don't know if for some of you, you're considering starting a company or something, have some type of venture. There's going to be a lot of things that will probably be pushed upon you to help distract you. Okay. Typically, when this happens, it could be a very, very clear indication that you are on the right track, that you're about to step into something very lucrative. What I found is in the world that we live in, with the things happening the way they're happening, the moment you begin really aligning that's the moment where all the demon horitas will come out of their hiding spaces and really just try their damnedest to be able to access you. Like, don't be surprised if come March, there's going to be tons of people messaging you from your past, make you kind of wonder if this is like some retrograde or something. I'm feeling my eyeballs shake. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Because what that's telling you is that a lot of what's happening now is you're being prepared to receive a huge abundance. Come March, things are being set up for you to receive a huge abundance. And whatever that abundant thing is, you got to make sure you cultivate it in such a way where you can receive it in a beneficial manner, right? Not just kind of like the little bits of it that you can hold in your hands. You have pockets, you have buckets, you have boxes, like, and if this abundance is very liquid, I mean, you got a bucket and a mop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Okay. Stay focused, girl. Stay focused. You're almost done. Hi, Joy. Hi, little Joy. Come, come, come. Come on. Come, come. Come here. Come here. Come, come. Okay. You can lay in my lap, but I'm not putting you in the blanket, okay? It's too hot for both of us. All right. Seven of Swords. Wait. January, February, March. So this is April. April. F the vacuum, girl. Get a wet vac. A wet vac. Okay. Let me stop. Seven of Swords in reverse. Arguments, uncertain counsel or advice, circumspection, and slander. Yet another attempt to really, really drain you of what it is you are creating for yourself. What are you trying to build for yourself this year? Right? Are you trying to build a life of stability? Or are you taking it a step further and recognizing that if you can get yourself to develop generational wealth, right? Generational wealth can provide you the stability that you have been seeking. So that way you can do all of the philanthropic. I can't say the word. Philanthropic work that you want to do. You have to make sure that your energy is very conserved. Let's see. Oh wait, let me shuffle this really quick. I forgot to shuffle. Ooh. Complicated. It's not complicated. It's a simple complexity. Something's being hidden from you. So April is something that's complicated, but I mean, is it? Let's see. Something beautiful in it, but you can't see the beauty of it. That's what's making it complicated. If you can get yourself to really, really just take a step back, a full step back, and allow yourself to begin seeing clearly a lot of the different things that, your soul is presenting to you, different options, different ways to overcome the situation. Because it's like, again, that thing of doing the same thing, reacting the same way, having the same types of issues. That's not going to work anymore. that's what's making it complex. There's this beautiful rhythm to things, right? And when you allow yourself to experience the beautiful rhythm of things, you then will begin to experience ease, flow as you go through the very lessons that you need to go through. It's just a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay. So May, June, July. I was singing to myself a song I made up for my kids to teach them. All my kids are homeschooled. And I used to make songs for them to teach them the lessons for the day. And there was one song: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August have some hot days. September, October, November, and then after December starts a new year again. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August have some hot days. Just try singing that over and over and over, because it's a song that never ends. Okay, so May. Seven of Staves in reverse: anxiety, embarrassment, hesitancy causing losses, perplexity. What is this? It's like nonstop negativity through the year. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, okay. Anxiety, embarrassment, hesitancy causing losses, perplexity. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to assume that this is not about you. This is about someone wanting to approach you come May time, right? So, with that, who could that possibly be? I'm going to pull out another deck. So, someone is feeling very embarrassed. They're afraid to approach you. All right. Here we go. All right. Who is this? That's embarrassed and perplexed. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm sorry for laughing. So this is someone who is just letting all the other fish swim past them. They're just super fixated with you. What is already with you? What this is telling me is that they have you very, very deep in their heart. That was May, right? So this is something that I assume has been going on for quite some time, and they're kind of reaching this fever pitch. They feel like you're heaven sent. They can move forward from you. This is May. They can move forward from you, but they also are afraid to move towards you. So that's a little bit of a pickle in it. Free from judgment, free to love. So they're in the process of working on freeing themselves to approach you because they're really massively in love with you. For most of you, this might be the case where they are very massively in love with you, and it's just this thing of like they don't know how to approach. You're going to know what to do. Trust yourself. You're going to know what to do during this period. Be the hunter, not the hunted, but it's in reverse. So this is not about you being the initiator. Why would you use the word progenitor? Hold on. Begotten. Okay. An ancestor in the direct line, forefather, biologically ancestral form, a precursor. So you're the precursor? Okay. Or precursor. Forerunner. So you're the forerunner. A substance from which another is formed, especially by metabolic reaction. So are you maybe I'm hearing progenitor because you're the precursor. You're going to initiate this, but not in the way that you think. I'm wondering if something from you, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your energy, but something from you is going to be the very thing that serves as a catalyst. This is like a catalytic change that you're going through or they're going through. You're part of it, though. I don't know how you're part of it. Let's see. What do you feel? I think you're going to be the one to start feeling things. And you got to trust yourself. Didn't we just do this? We did all of this. Motherfucker. Oh, all the cards are done. Something's happening in May. Whatever this is, it rests on your shoulders. Not that it's your fault, but it rests on your shoulders, meaning you are the one that's going to be initializing this. You're going to initiate it. You're going to be the starting point, the originator. That's in May. What is going to happen? Maybe it's something for work, for business. Temperance in reverse. This is April. Discord, conflict of interest, hostility, inability to work with others. You know what? This is just so negative. My gosh. Okay. So this is April. Maybe you're going to be fighting whatever it is that's happening in May all the way through to April. So the warrior in reverse in Grove, you're going to be in a sacred space that doesn't feel so sacred for you because you're so busy fighting something. I think I think soul is going to bring someone into your life that maybe they're the precursor for you reaching the next level. For some of us, we need the presence of April is before May. Girl, I have dyslexia. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Fuck. So you're going to be fighting with something in April. I'm sticking with the months as I have it. And that's probably why it carries over through to May. What could it be? It's something that you've been fighting against for some time. Maria, don't laugh too hard. Y'all, it's no secret. I have dyslexia. Why do you think I make up songs in order to remember shit? I'm not even ashamed. Don't be sorry, girl. That's a good thing to point out. What did I say for May? Was it these cards? Let's see. See, so then that would explain what is already with you, right? It's someone who sees you as a person who's in this world, not of this world. They think you're heaven sent. The what do you feel? What is this about? May. I think someone's going to reach a point where, yeah, I think you're going to need to be, You're going to need to be open to allowing yourself to witness someone's place within your life. You're going to need to be open to witness that, because if not, I think you're going to miss out on something huge. April, I'm fucking confused. April had what card? Do you guys remember? Dang it. Okay. It was a Temperance in reverse, right? It's going to be someone who you've been fighting against, meeting, resisting in April. This better not be a stalker. I'm just saying. Okay. Let's keep it moving. So April, May, June. Wait. January, February, March, April, May, June. So it wasn't April, it was June. This is why I don't try and tell the future. It wasn't April, it was June. Oh my God. Okay. January, February, March, April. April, you were fighting. April, you were fighting. And if so, like, no, we should leave that alone. It's June. I think we should stop. Unless you guys are following along. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Because if it's making sense and you understand where I'm going with this, I'll keep going. But if you expect me to keep track of where we're headed, we're fucking lost. We're lost. So I'm just saying, we'll keep going. You keep track of whatever month it is. Whenever I pull out a new one of these cards, it's the next month. So June. So July. We're now in July. Okay? The universe. Attachment, completion, perfection, ultimate change, synthesis, fulfillment. I should have stopped. Oh, I got my elbow. Oh, it hurts. So they succeeded. Whoever this is that's trying to gain favor with you, they succeeded. They experienced synthesis. We're going to stop at June. July. We're at July. What? I don't live by Gregorian calendars. That's the problem, is that you have me doing things by Gregorian calendars rather than, I'm at a point. Don't look, Joy. I am being so embarrassing right now. Splash myself out of that, okay? Splash myself out of that. And I'm just going to go ahead and we're good. We are good. We are good. We are muscular. We're going to dance. Okay, let me stop. All right. We're going to keep going because we already started something. We can't stop now. So we're at July, August, September, October, November, December. We're going to hack this whole year. I'm saying, let's see what happens. We're going to hack the whole year. Okay. 10 of staves. Excessive pressures, problems soon to be resolved, possibly using power for selfish ends. You have to be careful that whoever this is that reached synthesis with you, the one that the one that reached synthesis with you, that they're not misusing their access to you. You have to be very, very careful of that. Okay. Very, very, very careful of that. Make sure that you can keep tabs on what you are trying to accomplish this year. All right. Okay. Joy, we're back on track. It's not so embarrassing anymore. You don't have to hide your face. We're back on track. December, November, October, September. Okay. We're at September. 5 of September, October, November, December, November, October, September. Okay. Makes sense. It makes sense. 5 of staves in reverse, trickery, contradictions, complexity, involvement. You see, this year, this whole year is just, it's a bullshit year. We need to wipe it clean, like Mr. E was saying. Okay, let's see. Ace of coins. Perfection, attainment, prosperity, felicity, bliss, gold, treasures, a combination of material and spiritual riches. Okay. So come October, things are going to be turning around. Come October. Okay. So let's see. I'm getting some clarification cards for September. Okay, September. What happens? Okay, you get a message. A message maybe to try and stop you, to try and dissuade you, and it's not going to be successful, right? They're not going to succeed in their attempt to derail your progression. And you're going to begin understanding that sometimes love should not be a factor in what it is that you are trying to accomplish. You took an oath. Okay. So September. And then October is when things start to see, you let go of your loyalty to whatever the suffering is that is continuing. You can totally, excuse me. You can totally bypass all the negative parts if you can kind of understand some of the lessons that you are needing to learn through this year. And it's not that you're being encouraged to be disobedient to your soul. It's that if you can actually master those lessons, you don't have to take that class. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that lesson. So summon, stop calling these things to you. For some of us, we're calling these lessons to ourselves because we're refusing to simply accept, excuse me, we're refusing to simply accept a lot of what soul is trying to communicate to us. There are certain people that need to be in your life, certain people that need to be removed from your life. You have to begin listening which people are what. Because if you don't, then what ends up happening is you will be forced to live through these events. Okay. So November is a Queen of Coins. Prosperity, well-being, generosity, security, liberty, grace, dignity, and noble soul. So things are definitely turning around. You have the Ace of Coins, and then you have the Queen of Coins in November, and it becomes this thing of the year of struggle is now being integrated and applied. The learning, the knowledge has been harvested, and as it's applied, you're now living in a space of wisdom, and as you live in a space of wisdom, you're now opening yourself to receive. For many of us, it's almost this thing of, unless we first suffer for something, we don't feel we've worked hard enough to earn that. Not true. That's not true. That's not true. It's just not. I'm evidence of that. I'm evidence of the lack of truth of that. Okay. There are many things that I have earned that I didn't suffer through before I earned it. There are many things that I have learned that I didn't have to struggle to learn. I simply allowed myself to be present as I went through that process, right? So then we're in December next year. Are you, having been through all of this during 2023, are you ready to allow yourself to receive the things you need to receive? Four of Staves in reverse: loss of full tranquility, unfulfilled romance, insecurity, tarnished beauty, incomplete happiness. So then it's another cycle. We're starting another cycle. We have 2 months of just goodness, and then we're re-entering into that mindset. So does that mean this is everything that's going to be happening next year? It means if you allow it, if you believe that's what you deserve, this perpetual cycle, you look at what's happened this year. Isn't it the same thing that's happened this year? Yeah, it's the same damn thing that's happened this year, right? So these are cycles. At what point will you exit out of the cycle? How much do you have to go through to decide that you've had enough and that you want to create a different experience for yourself? How much? How much are you willing to allow yourself to suffer and struggle and make no progress? Do you want 1 more year of it? Do you want 2 more years of the same types of cycles? How much? Now, oops. Do you want me to pull cards to show you how to get out of it? Do you want to know how to get out of this year? Meaning you're not carrying it through to 2023. All right. Mm-hmm. You want to smell it? So what I'm going to do, rather than giving you a breakdown of events this coming year that will lead to your breakdown, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull 3 cards. No, 4 cards. Okay. These 4 cards represent the 4 quarters. So as we go through the 4 quarters next year, 2023, you're going to know what kind of energy to embody. Okay. So let's do that. Let's see. What energies will we need to embody? Ooh. So, I'm going to pull 3 cards for each of the 4 quarters. Does it make sense now? All right. Ooh. Okay. So, okay. Oh my God. I totally ripped the book. Sorry. Woo, not bad. Okay. Dang, I ripped my book. Okay, spirit. So first quarter. First quarter. All right. We have the golden egg. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives the precious sound. Deep within the sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical sense or essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. All right. Wait, what? Your chest may swell like you're seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So, someone's going to be coming through. The first quarter, someone will come through and they'll be able to, again, initiate some of the things that you need to consider for yourself. Okay. They're not going to give you all the answers, they're going to serve as the catalyst. Next, we have the Phoenix, freedom from suffering and past karma. Reincarnation. The phoenix represents a transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The phoenix employs an advanced technique described as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication. The essence of the phoenix is with us when we realize we've been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. Okay? So, whoever this is, they will be the golden egg that becomes the phoenix that is you. Okay, they are the shell of the golden egg. You are inside that golden egg. You have all of this knowledge already inside you, and you're needing to allow it to come out in the first quarter. Okay, next we have a cheetah. Solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. So I'm assuming this is masculine energy that's coming towards you and helping you to get through all of these different things. When in balance, it can achieve anything and it has boundless energy. When out of balance, it's impatient and competitive. In order to bring it back into balance, you have to reconnect with your purpose. So you have to have all three of these that you're going through in the first quarter be something that you're fully present in. Okay. Let me see. Cheetah. All right. Things will be speeded up for a while, but rest assured that you'll move gracefully through this cycle. Increase your flexibility by daily stretching. You must respond without hesitation to the opportunity that has recently presented itself. So, again, look at this. This is what's being presented to you. Okay. Really allowing yourself to move forward in your development. You don't want to just remain an egg for the rest of your life, never reaching any type of potential. And if you think you're going to be doing some process that will wash you clean and therefore you can be okay as an egg, the moment you wash off the whatever coating is on an egg, it will begin to be exposed to the environment and be susceptible to all sorts of pathogens. Okay. So You don't want to just remain an egg, and you especially don't want to be an egg-bound egg. You're stuck in the cloaca of the chikan. You don't want to be stuck in the cloaca. Okay? You don't want to be stuck in that birth canal. That's not going to serve you. So for many of us, we're afraid to be laid. We're afraid to be pushed out, right? We're afraid to be exposed to the environment and all of these different things. You got to lose that fear. Don't get caught up in the trap of rigid thinking and acting, but instead remain flexible and willing to change course quickly as a situation demands. That's a cheetah. Okay. Well, I mean, it's more than just being birthed, because you're still in an egg. You're not actually being birthed like a mammal, a mammalian. I'm sorry, guys. None of us are afraid of being laid. Okay. So that was awkward. Quarter two. You guys put in the comments the months for quarter two, because we know how my dyslexia works. Okay, I ain't in denial. I ain't in denial. Did you die? No, you didn't. Were you injured? No, you weren't. All right. So, quarter two. Quarter one was January, February, March. Quarter two, April, May, and June. April, May, June. It's for April, May, and June. Ooh, okay. Let's see. All right. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. All right. So first we have snake, guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It's said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. Okay. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? So, if you wake up this sleeping potential within you, you can then begin to see how life, some of the things that life has promised you, right? So, when in balance, you're prosperous, creative, and charismatic. When out of balance, it starts and stops many things. Or you could have ADHD. To bring into balance, you got to do some balancing. Okay. It would be best if you go ahead and maybe focus on chakra health, chakra realignments, making sure that your central chakra channel has no blockages, no major deviations, things like that. That would greatly affect the trajectory or the path of your Shakti. Shakti energy is extremely potent. Like, I harnessed Shakti energy years ago to do something to help family that was in a coma. And I had a lot of misalignments and blockages because I was rejecting myself. And as I rejected myself and that Shakti shot up, it did such catastrophic damage to my entire central chakra channel. All of my lower chakras were shattered, full chakra blowout, and I developed the worst case of fibromyalgia my doctors had ever seen up to that point. And I had fibromyalgia for 6.5 years, I want to say. 6 years, 6.5. So you got to be careful with the way in which you regard yourself, your chakras, all of that, you know? Some people will think that chakras are no big deal. It can absolutely affect your health. So come April, May, and June, you're going to have to make sure that you're very much aware of the alignment that you're needing to be in during this period of the year. January, February, March is going to be the time frame that you're allowed to um, enter into a new space within yourself and begin to assess how to exist in that space, right? So the next card is the Moth card. Impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. Got to be careful. Second quarter, it's going to be a lot of different things. And wouldn't you know, second quarter is usually when people are either needing to pay their taxes or are receiving a refund from their taxes. Be careful how you spend that if you're receiving a refund. Be careful how you file if you're choosing to file. Okay. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Allowing life to really just unfold and witnessing your life be what it is in that second quarter is important. So the first quarter, you are very quickly seeing that you are magical AF, right? That you are magical AF. In the second quarter, you're experiencing the lower energies that will be used to raise you to higher levels of existence. So all of this is for a reason, but you might not know what that reason is. Until you know what that reason is, don't be jumping to conclusions, okay? Don't be jumpy. Don't be jumpy. All right. So the gazelle, the final card of quarter two, heightened awareness and ability, vulnerable. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant. And this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all these predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. So, I think this is really a major message on making sure that you're as present as you possibly can be. Not just allowing yourself to be aware and having these different, or rather new struggles. No, I think the better way to word it is the same old struggles presenting in a new way from a new level of awareness of what those struggles are about, right? Really allowing yourself to be present and knowing that this is going to carry on into a different type of learning if you allow it to. So third quarter, let's see. Okay, 1, 2, I'm joking. 3. I don't know why I made all those sounds. I was totally joking. Don't worry. Oh, you know what? Gazelle. Well, it doesn't have gazelle, my dear. You want me to look up moth? All right, so moth. A letter, email, or package will be coming shortly, bringing important news. Trust your sense of smell and avoid anything that smells bad. Whatever has been hidden or veiled is about to be revealed. This is second quarter, okay? If you're single, focus your attention on attracting a romantic partner. And once you do, trust your senses as to whether or not this person is a good match. If you're in a romantic or intimate relationship, enhance the attraction by using essential oils as aromatherapy rather than perfumes or colognes. You know, they sell pheromone boosters. If you want to really use scent, I would go for the pheromone booster. Let me stop. um Oh my gosh. So thank you. July, August, September. That's what this is going to be for. It's not funny. Why are you laughing? Okay. Sorry, guys. Where's the hyena? Is it before this? Okay. So first we have the scorpion. Passionate, competitive, tends towards isolation. The scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. So I don't know, I don't know if it is, I don't know. While when it's in balance, it's wild and free and fierce. When out of balance, it's jealous, resentful, and unresolved. To bring it into balance, you have to have honesty and forgiveness. So, I'm being told to find scorpion in my animal book. Nothing. I don't have anything to add to that. Okay, so Scorpion, in order for these changes that you're going through to proceed smoothly, contain and control your temper and passions at this time. You'll soon be asked by a close friend or family member to keep a secret or something confidential. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Hey, can you please get this girl because she's done with me. Bye. She's done. Miss Joy is done with me. So, okay. Sex with someone you love will move to even greater heights of intensity and passion. Show those you're closest to plenty of non sexual physical attention, such as hugs and gentle caresses. This is a period of transformation for you, one where you'll be releasing a lot of toxic habits and a few toxic relationships. Nervous laughter. It's just nervous laughter. Don't worry about that. So, quarter 3, which is, I should just leave it on the screen, huh? Sure. Thank you, Otaku. Thank you, Otaku. Okay. So, yeah, July, August, September is probably going to be a period where there's going to be a lot of releasing going on. You got to be, kind of careful with the way you release. You want to make sure you release in the least toxic manner possible. You don't want to create more issues for yourself than is necessary to process whatever's going to happen in quarter 3, July, August, September. Hyena, humor, wit, sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor. to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? Yes, bitch. What the fuck did you think? Sorry. I was talking to Michael. What would happen if you took your goals seriously? Ew. When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Okay. I get real sick and tired of things like slapping cards and stuff out of my hand. I be getting sick and tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Totally serious now. I'm totally serious. I'm totally serious. I don't want to even. Okay, I'll read. I don't even want to read that. I will. I will. Hold on. Let's see. Hyena. Okay. When you're pursuing a particular goal, solicit the support of your friends and family. Make it a point to have some one on one time with each of your children. You're quite ready and capable to take on more than you're presently handling, even though you have doubts about how much you can manage. I think this is a direct message for the scorpion. Okay. I'm not a scorpion. Be extra sensitive and attentive to the words you choose and how you express. I'll stop fucking around. Be extra sensitive and attentive to the words you choose and how you express them, as whatever you verbalize will be amplified considerably, as is true when you speak to scorpions. Your powers of discernment and discrimination are strong right now, so pay attention to your intuition and trust what you get no matter what. It's a good time to do something silly that makes you laugh. Okay. Okay. So, final card for the third quarter: momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. Horse. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum, so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse's personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina and mental focus are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. So, the thing with a horse, though, I mean, all of that is absolutely true. But the thing with a horse is it freaks out easily. If it's not exposed to um, new things, it's going to be less and less adaptable. Right. So, this is a third quarter. I feel like this year, 2023, carries a lot of potential. It doesn't feel so negative now. So you're about to embark on an unexpected adventure and will have to move very quickly once it's initiated. It's time to free yourself from those physically and emotionally constricting aspects of your life. You need to call upon reserves of stamina and strength to get you through this ordeal. You're much more powerful than you think you are. The situation requires strong warrior energy, balanced with sensitivity, patience, and compassion. Teamwork with your family, friends, or community is important right now. So the vibe that I'm getting is someone is going to be making a major move come third quarter, July, August, September. This major move is going to be something that will either allow or disallow for a reconnection to occur. And Merry Christmas, Marlene. No, I mean it. Merry Christmas to you. No, you're welcome here. You're absolutely welcome. Yeah, I'm just tired. So, fourth quarter. 2, 3. All right. So it's going to be an interesting fourth quarter. All right. No, I'm serious. You're welcome here. It's called sarcasm. My sarcasm sounds serious. I hear that a lot. All right. So let's see. All right. So first card, we have lizard, instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, right? So you're going to have to perceive some different things during this fourth quarter. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. So you got to be careful about being non-committal and not allowing yourself to get through the different things that you need to get through during this period. I mean, it's definitely something that I don't know. It's definitely something that will make sense for those who need to understand it, and something that won't make sense for those who are not sensitive enough to the energy to make sense of it. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does. Okay. Let's see. Huh. Okay. So when in balance, artistic, telepathic, spiritual; when out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. You got to be careful about, really tempering your fear. Thank you, Sochi. This is the period that I'm talking about. Really tempering your fear. Next, we have fire ant, aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. See, I feel like for whoever this is applying to, come the fourth quarter, you're going to be, your emotions and your fear, your timidity, your struggle with whatever process you're in, it might be used against you, to be honest. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing, is the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. See what I'm saying? Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Ooh, yikes. Yikes. So, fire ants, they have a tendency to operate in a way where it's like, almost like hive mind. And whatever that hive mind is, what's up? I don't have one here. He was using my laptop charger. I'm almost done. Okay. Love you. I love you. Ooh. um, Fire ants, or ants in general, are kind of assumed to be able to communicate with each other more than just their pheromones, but it's almost like a hive mind type mentality. So you got to be careful about the environment you keep towards the end of the year. The last quarter of 2023, there's going to be a lot of hive mind type activity, okay? When in balance, it's thoughtful and disciplined. When out of balance, it argues, has excess heat, and it gossips. One of the ways you can correct that is by spending time alone. away from whatever that group is. And then we have beaver. Hard worker, loyal, tireless, family first. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, self service. Okay. When in balance, it's happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, it feels useless and worn out. So 2023 is like a gateway year, I guess you could say. During 2023, you'll be able to have the opportunity to create the potentials that will be that foundational work that's necessary for you to launch into that what is it called? Generational wealth. Okay. So for people who are willing to make that long-term commitment, absolutely, there's no reason why you can't form, build, initiate the process of developing, earning generational wealth. For most people, though, most people want a quick thing, right? They want to make that quick investment and have it pay off, and they don't want to put any work into it. Okay, well, how honest do you want me to be? How honest do you want me to be about that type of mindset? If you want my opinion on that, let me know. But I will be carrying forward. Closing thoughts. My closing thoughts are that we have everything we need this year to really, really, really create an amazing life for us long term. And if we don't want to create that amazing life for us long term because it's too much effort, then you know what your problem is. You know what the struggle actually is. The struggle is not for lack of opportunities. The struggle is not because specifically the region you're in or the ethnicity you come from, your culture, or any other social issues that are occurring in the world. That's not the issue. The issue is inside. You don't believe you deserve the kind of life that you're working to build. And what you believe will define how you feel about yourself. And how you feel about yourself will create the reality that you're living. Okay? So, I disagree. I completely disagree with this statement that the point was to suffer for sovereignty. Suffering is optional. Pain is the greatest teacher you will ever have in this life. The greater the pain, the greater the lesson, the longer you will remember the knowledge you acquired as you live through that. Suffering has always and will always be optional. We suffer because we choose to. You don't suffer for sovereignty. You suffer when you fight against your sovereignty. So I completely disagree with that. The only thing that was promised beforehand are things that are so complex a human brain could never comprehend it. You can't comprehend what it is that your soul has agreed to experience in this life. We are seeing things from a human perspective. No matter how elevated your perspective is, it is still a human perspective. The human brain lacks the capacity to understand the infinite potentiality of soul. So, do we need to suffer? Absolutely not. Do we suffer because we didn't listen to our soul and we chose something different because we wanted to prove that we are sovereign, that we don't have to listen and that we're badass and all of these different things, right? Oh yeah, you absolutely will suffer. 100% of my suffering was my choice. My choice to go against the will of my soul.
a will that seeks to grow me in ways that are the most compassionate options possible. I'm less and less likely to fight against the will of my soul and what I'm asked to do. I might throw attitude, but that doesn't mean I won't do what my soul is asking me to do. Why? Because I've suffered enough and I'm no longer choosing suffering. Right? I'm willingly choosing to follow the guidance of my soul. There's so much stuff that I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I'll do it anyways, because guess what? My soul is guiding me. It's absolutely guiding me into a space that will create more opportunities for me to learn in the most peaceful way possible, in the most gentle manner. You guys have to let go of maybe 98% of what you have read regarding spirituality and the spiritual process and how things are supposed to be and why they're supposed to happen, and what you've learned about karma and uh, chakras and all of these different things. Okay. We all have to let go of these things because there is no manuscript that was written that will help you completely understand yourself and your journey. Right? There is no manuscript that you will read that will help you to supersede what your soul is trying to teach you. There is nothing that I can teach you that your soul cannot teach you in a much more efficient, much more compassionate, much more beautifully empowering way. We have to get to a point where we let our egos get out of the driver's seat, let it take a nap. Let the ego take a nap. I think we have all chosen suffering long enough, and that we need to really begin choosing the different options, choosing the things that will help us to rest and rejuvenate, choosing the things that will help us to have that stillness and that quiet so that we can feel safe enough to begin unboxing all of the traumas that we've been through in life. I think it's time. I think we need to just stop with trying to explain away and explain away and explain away, still trying to justify all of the preconceived notions that have existed because someone somewhere convinced us of something. I think it's really important for most of us to kind of just like sit in quiet introspection, just really take a good look at what it is, right? What it is. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, Kelly. Coming to an understanding on left, right, up, down. Soul doesn't even have those directions. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Soul doesn't abide by human direction. It doesn't. We have to be careful about going out of our way to continue to explain our justifications of why we continue to function the way we do. You don't need to explain anything to anyone. What we need to do is come to terms with how we are the root causation of everything we live through, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's gentle, whether it's rough, whatever it is. We are the root causation, and soul will love us to the degree that it will let you continue to fall on your ass. If it's your choice to continue to act like an ass. But what does that even mean? An ass according to who? Who gets to define what that is? What the parameters are that will justify someone calling you that or perceiving you as that? I'm saying, I don't know anything about life. I know enough to know that, you know what, when soul is teaching me something, I just better be quiet and just observe. Try my best to learn as much as I can in whatever way that I can. Because at some point, what soul is showing me right now will be applied to my day-to-day life. And if I wasn't paying attention, then I won't know the answer and I will fail that test. And as someone who exists as a perfectionist, and I still do, I've learned to manage it quite well over the years. I've learned to mitigate some of the struggles of being afflicted with perfectionism. I've learned to just be quiet within myself for a time and allow my soul to truly finish whatever it is it's communicating. Soul has no direction. Soul has no time frame. Soul has nothing that it's trying to prove to you. Soul is simply interested in the experience and the way the experience is received by the human brain, and the way the human brain will then begin to quantify the emotions that rise as a result of the experience. Yeah. I think the best piece of introspection that I can share with the world as we're entering into a new year is to not be so eager to prove that you are equal to others, but instead to allow yourself to simply live as you are, where you are, how you are, and allow others to witness you as you are, and give them the freedom to decide whether they are your equal or not. But at no point do you ever choose to believe you are less than what you actually are in that moment. I am currently existing at a level of greatness that I do not understand. And one day I will develop enough maturity and life experience to understand where I'm at right now. It might take an additional 50 years, might take 60 years. I don't care. But just because I don't understand the greatness that I exist at right now does not mean I will lower myself to anything less than the greatness I am aware I possess. Whether or not I'm knowledgeable in the way to harness it responsibly or not is irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant to me. I am simply a person having a personal experience, with a soul observing that personal experience. And the communication between the self and soul must remain open, and no one will interfere with that. But at no point do I close myself off from receiving the communications, validations, confirmations from others that my own soul has sent to me to help me better understand the messages I lack the capacity to understand alone. At no point is this a compare scenario. Your existence within my life carries no bearing on my understanding of myself, unless I choose to allow that. In my comparison to you, I am creating a competition with you, and I refuse to allow that. Do I need to explain any further the type of journey that I've lived? No. I simply share what I'm called to share and allow you to decide what to do with that. I will not explain myself. I will not try and narrate my journey. I will simply be present when I'm instructed to be so by my soul, and fade quietly into the shadows when I'm told I no longer have to stand in the spotlight. And what a peaceful life it is to exist in the poetry of the ebb and flow of energy, allowing myself to fully exist as the ocean I was created to be, hugging the shore and receding in perfect time and measure, because nothing about me will ever be linear. Just like the tide, just like the ocean's edge, it will never be linear. It will never exist as a straight line. And to try and force yourself into a straight line, it's kind of this thing of like, that's unnatural. How does competition come into play? You haven't listened to anything I'm talking about. You haven't listened to anything I'm talking about, because I'm not even talking about you. I want to be very clear. That's how very little you know about yourself. You have no idea where you're at within your journey. I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm trying to open your eyes to the fact that you are lying to yourself right now. You're going out of your way to try and engage me in a conversation on a public platform while I'm publicly visible. And you have no idea that I'm not even addressing you. Now I am, but I wasn't earlier. So tell me again how much you understand about how everything works. At some point, someone has to care enough about you to point these things out so that you can make the adjustments for yourself. So you can begin to understand the limitations of your current mindset and perception. Not to tear you down, but to help you to understand how much more you have to go. That you haven't reached the places that you think you've reached. It's okay. It is okay if you don't understand to the depth that you would like to understand yet. You will get there, but you're not there right now. So, right now, what needs to happen is you need to address the parts of you that hurt so badly, that you need to push out there into the public view how advanced you are, how much you understand, and how much you know. I'm not socially correct, nor am I socially proper. But I do have the courage to love people, even strangers, to the degree that I can call you out on your stuff. Not with the intention of tearing you down, rather with the intention of tearing down that wall that you are trying to project things on so that you can see the mirror standing behind it. It's okay. I've been where you are. I've thought and felt how you think and feel now. You get through it. You get through to the other side. But if you're not going to let go of the things you think you've figured out, you're going to hurt as much as I did while going through all of that. It's not for me to save you from your process. It's for me to tell you I've been through that process and this is what happened. I hope you don't choose what I did. And if you do choose that, I hope you're as strong as I am. Because anything less than that level of strength will destroy you. But everything is your choice. Whatever you choose is yours. I own every detail of my life. I own every single detail of my life. And everything I've chosen has been my choice, and I've had to live through the consequences of everything I've chosen, whether it's a positive or a negative. Right? So it's this thing of understanding the limitations that I still currently have and allowing myself to know how to function within specific limitations, knowing when it's time for me to kind of just finish the conversation and carry on with my personal life. So it's about that time, guys. I'm done with the conversation. It's time for me to carry on with my personal life. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And I hope for those who celebrate these holidays that you are enjoying the company that you are in. For those who don't celebrate the holidays, I hope you are enjoying the potentiality of today and that you are able to allow yourself to have the space and the time to really think about the ways in which you want to close off this last few days, the last few days of 2022, and how you want to start 2023. I want to start 2023 with as little distortion as possible, knowing exactly where I'm at within my journey and encouraging myself and giving myself permission to choose my personal peace. I've been working very, very heavily on learning how to choose my peace when it is so irresistible to engage. There's grace in bowing out. There's grace in allowing yourself to see, to know when your words are not received, that it's time to simply stop offering them. And it's also a beautiful thing to be able to experience this moment with you guys witnessing so that you see you don't always have to be right. You don't always have to be heard, but you do always have to choose to exist with a specific level of dignity. And when that dignity is not present, it's time to very gracefully curtsy and be on my way. So, you guys, thank you so much for sharing quite a bit of time during Christmas Day with me. I hope that for whoever needed to hear some of these messages, that you got the messages you needed to hear. I hope that all of you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. I'm not sure when I'll be live again. I'm trying to spend more time with my family, and internet keeps going in and out. So we had negative 17 degrees. What? Negative 17. 17 below zero. That doesn't even factor in the wind chill. Ah! It was good though. It was good. I was outside freezing my lashes. I also froze my nose hairs. And it was amazing. You guys, again, have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. I love y'all. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.